So Marshawn Evans-Daniels is one of those outspoken former apprentice contestants. Thank you for coming on, Marshawn.
Thank you for having me.
So you were on the show back in 2005, season 4, and you were a fan of Donald Trump at one point. You were drawn to be on The Apprentice in part because of him, right? What happened? Tell us about your personal interactions.
Well, yes, I was on almost 11 years ago now, and at the time we lived in a different landscape than currently what we're in right now. I was drawn to The Apprentice for the same reason that hundreds of thousands of people were drawn to apply to be on that show, which was his charisma, which was his track record of success, and the fact that he stood for an aspect of the American dream, which is the idea that you can make your own way, you can make as much as you want, you can help as many people as you want. And I'm a competitor. I had just come off of being at Georgetown University Law School. I was in the Miss America competition, a top finalist. I was a competitive baton twirler growing up. So my point is, I love competition, and he represented the idea of winning, the idea of being successful, and to prove yourself with some of the best and the brightest in the country. So that is what initially drew me to the show.
But do you not think he has those same ideals, the ideals of winning and being competitive and being successful?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. Trump likes to win, and Trump will win by any means necessary. My firm belief is that character without, I should say confidence without character produces chaos. And he's extremely charismatic. He's extremely confident. And that's hypnotic. I mean, I've been in the room with him when I auditioned to be on the show. My season was actually pretty unique because Donald Trump personally decided that he wasn't as happy with the cast the year before. He wanted to be involved in the casting process. So I sat down just a few feet away across from him, no boardroom table, just a small room, and had the opportunity to answer his questions. And he wore his signature pink tie and had the hair that he's infamously known for. And there's something about his personality that is absolutely magnetic. The problem is when you use your influence, and I think influence is something that comes with responsibility, but when you use it in a way that is self-serving, I think that represents the smallest of small qualities that a person could choose to endeavor in.
So Donald Trump heard your complaints, and he responded earlier this week, calling you all, quote, failing wannabes. He also said you should be careful. Are you nervous at all about any kind of backlash from him?
I'm not nervous. There were other individuals who were invited to be a part of the stance that the 6 apprentices took that were of all different races and backgrounds. And I think many of them were nervous and they were scared. And the reason that I chose to stand out, number one, or step up and speak out, number one is because it's not just an opportunity, it's a duty. I think he looks at this as, first of all, he looks at himself as having the Midas touch, as though if his presence and my opportunity to meet him contributed to the fact that I'm a Georgetown Law School scholar, contributed to the fact that I run my own multi-million-dollar company that I started from scratch. I don't remember any seed money from the Trump organization. I don't remember being able to pick up the phone and having advice on what deal to make. It wasn't like I had him involved in my level of success. So to call us names is indicative of the type of childishness that he engages in. And I'm not worried about it because I believe that we have a responsibility. I have a responsibility as a woman. I have a responsibility as a woman of color, and I have a responsibility as a woman of color of faith. And each of those categories that I fall into necessitates that I speak up. And what I would say is for people who don't speak up, what does that say about you? What does it say about your values? And what does it say about the country that we're going to leave behind for our future generations?
All right, Marshawn Evans-Daniels, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.